So explain the business model to me about the funding of a lawyer's expenses that I would typically front for an injury client or any litigation, I suppose, but that I would typically front because my clients can't afford it, so I pay the cost forward.
Yeah, I mean, when you really look at the business model for plaintiff lawyers, contingency lawyers, it's flawed. It hasn't been changed in 50 years. And the status quo has never been challenged. And in around 2019, I was asked to get involved with helping pay for costs involving TBI testing, which was very expensive, very cutting edge. But lawyers were struggling paying the large costs, and the companies wanted to get paid up front. So I started looking at that to help facilitate payments through what we call litigation financing. I had never broached that before, and it went really well. I thought it was really interesting. And I realized that I can take this idea and look at all costs involved with expenses to a case. And it came really clear to me that lawyers were struggling with cash flow, but they don't talk about it. Young lawyers, when you start asking questions, you find out that they can't afford to carry the cost, the burden of a case, and are having to give cases to other lawyers and split fees. Even though they're capable, talented to do it, they had to give cases up to others. But we really looked at the different models that lawyers were faced with in paying costs, which were operating accounts, lines of credit. And as you start diving into those two methods that plaintiff lawyers like yourself are utilizing and have utilized, it's really flawed. The idea behind a lawyer putting their own money into a case, most of them don't even know how much money they have tied up in cases, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, I have no clue how much I have tied up in cases, but I'd imagine it's several $100,000 tied up in cases. If you look at my PIP litigation, it's over. It's high.
Yeah.
So my PIP litigation.
Yeah, and most lawyers don't even think about that. They'll tell you that I don't even know how much I have until I settle the case and then money comes back.
Yeah.
But when you really think about it, it's almost like a Ponzi scheme. You're putting money out, you get it back, you put it back out.
Yeah.
So they don't know any different. They don't think this is a bad model because they've never been questioned on it.
Yeah.
And there's never been a better mousetrap.